Are you a beginner? And have you ever searched for the things to start learning to be a software engineer but never got the expected result? If yes, then no worry, as I was also in the same situation some time ago. If no, then you are on the right place, as in this video I will be talking about things to know to be a software engineer, and you won't be spending a lot of time as I did as a beginner. So watch this video till the end. So let's get started for things to know to be a software engineer. So the first thing we have is communication. You might be thinking why communication is also in this list. Let me share my story. Whenever I thought of being a software engineer, I just focused and spent hours and hours understanding different programming language and their framework, but never work on communicating better, due to which I am still struggling. So I really want you to focus on your communication skill and you won't repeat the same mistake as I did. In future, we can't say there might be a lot of cases you have to be confident on your communication skill. Maybe you are going to need to talk to the leader, or maybe you are going to be a leader. Next we have is Google Doc and spreadsheet. As there might be many cases you have to work on documentation, creating reports, and suggest different solutions to the problem. In this case, Google Docs and spreadsheet come really handy. It provides lots of features like online collaboration, scheduling, and access type, due to which lots of companies nowadays are using them as one of the research and documentation tool. Next we have is command line. Nowadays lots of programming languages like JavaScript, Python, package libraries like npm, revisions require some level of command line interaction, and having good knowledge of command line interaction is really helpful. And not only this, by using command line, it helps in tracking every single action we took, and it also helps in debugging the errors, auditing the logs. Next we have is basic fundamental of programming. Whenever we think of learning programming, we need to look for different programming languages, especially the cool and the trending one. But we always forget that every programming language out there are based on basic fundamental. And when we program from a problem, we actually trying to make computer understand our concept and act accordingly. So it forces us to figure out and think logically how to solve a problem in a way that computer understand. So once we master this, we can go for any other language out there. Next we have is Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub is one of the most important thing that you really need to know as a software engineer. And due to lots of features like keeping track of code changes across multiple versions, ability to work collaboratively with multiple developers, and contributing code to the same project in the same time have made Git and GitHub very popular among all the developers and software companies. And also you can use GitHub as a tool to showcase your project, as today lot of companies refer to GitHub profile and activity for recruiting new team members for their company. Next we have is project management tool. Nowadays lots of large companies and constantly working on numerous projects, and their team is large in number. And managing such large team and large project can be very difficult thing. So there come project management tool like Jira, Trello, as it helps in resource optimization, capacity planning, time management, and task monitoring. Next we have is Agile practices. Following Agile practices, it focuses on iterative planning and also on delivering business value from the beginning of the project. And the idea of delivering business value early in the process makes it easier to lower risks associated with the development. There are other benefits of following Agile practices like active user involvement, visibility, and transparency, and also it perfectly addresses customer needs, due to which nowadays lots of software companies are following the Agile practices in the business. And finally, we have is market trends. Nowadays we can see lots of trends like artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchaining, cloud technology, progressive web app, IoT, and cyber security. And having knowledge of these trends helps to identify where the industry is actually heading and where you should focus your development skills. So it's always good to have knowledge of one of the market trends. So yeah, these are the few things that you really need to know as a beginner to be a software engineer. So give your equal time and effort for each of these.